Hey everybody, welcome to our Rank Up call for April. I'm so excited that everybody could be on, and also we want to go over our global or our takeaways for Go Global. A group of us, there were 29 of us that went to Go Global on our team, and we just had so much fun and we learned so much. Our brains are about to explode. So if you don't mind us just sharing a little bit so that they don't explode, we just have to share our knowledge. We're just so excited about it. So the first little part, Rank Up, we're going to celebrate a few people that have just worked so hard this month, and we want to hear their stories. And then we're going to go over some of our takeaways. So first, I am so excited to announce this person, Jess Knight. She lives out in Virginia, and I'll let her tell her story, but basically she lives in a tiny, tiny town. And she wondered if if coaching would even work for her. But she has just been amazing. She is one of those people that is ultra positive. You know those people where you're just like, how do you do it? She is always happy, and I love getting on the phone with her because she just has this positive attitude about her. And I feel like she really does attract people like that. She has never given up. She's been a coach for 1.5 years now, and if she ever does start doubting herself, she calls me right away and she tells me her concepts and we go right through them. I feel like because she doesn't dwell on those things is the reason she has been successful. And I just think it's so inspiring how persistent she has been. A lot of people would have quit. They would have said, oh, it doesn't work after a couple months. But Jess is one that is persistent and she never gives up. It has been a total joy to coach her. So I'm so excited to hear. I'll let her tell her story.
Thanks, Chantel. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
A lot of that I owe to Chantel because she's just been that awesome support for me there. But how I got into coaching was a couple years ago. I saw a couple posts that Chantel made, some before and after pictures. And I wanted to know what she was doing and how she was helping all of these people. And so I was pregnant at the time, so I jumped into coaching right away, and I wanted to help a few friends out. And so once I had my baby, I got onto the Nursing Moms program, was able to lose 25 pounds. And then I would just get a few clients here and there. Like Chantel said, I'm from a very small community. The town I grew up in was 25 people. So very small places I'm from. And here in Virginia, we've only lived here about 4 years. And my 3 little kids aren't in school yet, so we don't get out much, and we live on a ranch here, and there's no reason to leave the ranch except for grocery shopping here and there. So maybe a couple times a month I'm leaving this place, and so I actually like it that way. But anyway, so I was like, oh man, maybe this isn't gonna work for me like I would like it to, just because I don't know a lot of people. I'm in small communities. I've talked to my friends and family about it, but each month I focus on a goal and work towards it. And Chantel really helped me reach that. But I think October of last year, I reached manager finally. And then something happened after the holidays. I expected it to kind of pick up like after Christmas and everything, but the opposite happened. A lot of my clients were canceling, pushing their orders back, and it just wasn't happening. I got really discouraged and frustrated. And so I talked to Chantel, and she actually called me the beginning of this month, and she just said, let's do it. And I'm like, okay, not really, thinking anything would happen because I tried everything I thought that I was doing was what I need to do, but nothing was happening. And so Chantel said, let's talk every day. Let's communicate every day. Let's make some action steps that we can work on each day. And let's get your coaches involved too. I had 3 coaches on my team that I signed up, and So we got on 3-ways with them, came up with some action steps, and I think it was that daily accountability that really helped me and my coaches to get and to reach our goals. And I'm just so grateful for the new compensation plan because my 3 coaches made senior coach and my frontline volume was over 2,400, I was able to reach executive director. So excited and so happy. And I couldn't have done it without my team and my awesome mentor coach. So.
Awesome, Jess. That is so inspiring. It's true. It's like that team building. Ever since the new compensation plan, I think Take Shape has realized that is the best way to build a long-term equity business. And so they're more than willing to compensate us for that and to build that team of coaches. That is so much long-term. That's going to be better for a coach than just one time hitting 6,000 frontline volume. So it's so fun. So never be afraid to share that coaching opportunity. Just right off the bat, do you have any tips on like sharing the coaching opportunity with people? And how did you, sharing that with, you had 3 senior coaches at the end. Any tips with that?
Well, I think it's just like getting clients. You can't prejudge. You just got to ask them and to say, hey, just was thinking about you. You'd be a great coach. Would you like to do it? And they said, yeah, sure. And let me look at some stuff. And they looked into it and they signed up. So that was helpful. But with my coaches, it was the daily action steps and that daily contacting. It wasn't always the phone call. It was usually a text or a message on Facebook or something. And we put our own little Facebook group together, which really helped to keep up the momentum.
Yep, a smaller Facebook group just with her and her coaches. That has been really effective. So if you have a team of 1 or 2, 3 coaches, whatever, that's always helpful because they are brand new coaches. Some of us, I remember when I was a brand new coach, I didn't know a lot of stuff, but I didn't want to post it on the big group. So that's a great action step that you can do. So thank you, Jess, so much. I'm just so excited for you and just honored to work with you, really.
Thank you.
All right, Wendy Hendry, I'll let you share your exciting news from your team this month.
Take me off thing.
I gotcha. You're on.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yep, can hear ya.
I'm at Cubby's eating salad, and I had to come outside because it's super loud. Is Tycee on? Is Tycee on here?
I don't think she is.
So what am I sharing?
Okay, just share with us, since she's not on, tell us a little bit about Tycee and kind of her story.
Tycee's awesome. She's a school teacher, and she started coaching. She's one of my coaches, and my coach though isn't coaching anymore, and so I didn't know Tycee the first month she was coaching, and then I looked and I kind of saw this person's working, and so I reached out to her. I ended up going to her house. She's just on fire. Like she told me her goal was just to be able to come home, to not teach anymore, come home so she could be a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't have any kids yet. She hasn't been married that long. And so she didn't get her cab, but then last month she hit ED. She hit senior coach. And then I asked her what her goal was, and she said, I want to hit ED. And so she had just started a new job. She's like, I'm going to do it. And so she did, man. She just started making phone calls. She did all her contact list. She did the invite calls. She did her follow-ups, and she killed it. She did great. And now we're working on getting team building, getting her coaches and stuff.
That's awesome. So she's been a coach for.
She's already registered. She's signed up for convention, and she's doing it. She wants it to be her life.
So she's been a coach for 2 months or 3 months?
I think like 2.5 months. So the first, she didn't get her cab, but she had signed up a couple of people. And then that last 2 weeks of March, she became a senior coach just as I started working with her. And then last month, in April, she hit ED.
That's awesome. I think we should start a club. People who didn't earn their cab. I'd be in that club. Who's in that club?
I know.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not
a lot.
because you totally feel like a failure that first month when you don't.
Yeah.
If you don't. But kudos to
It's
you.
really
guys.
just
You guys
working.
are awesome.
It's just working. I did what you said, Chantel, and I told my coaches, whoever's willing to work hard, you let me know. I will work as hard as you are willing to work. And so that was Ticey. Like we just made phone calls together. We talked almost every day, and that's what did it. The last, like 2 days before the month ended, she was about 7 or 8 orders away, and she was like, well, it doesn't look like I'm going to make it. And so I did the old, well, if you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, you're right. And she's like, you're right. Let's just do it. And she did it. She got it.
Isn't it funny how really it's a decision?
Yeah.
That is what I
do
have
so
seen.
much.
All of the coaches that have gone executive director, it's them making a decision that, hey, you know what, this is a month. I'm just going to do it, because you could go on for 6 months to a year to 2 years.
Absolutely.
Going, oh, well, we'll wait for it to happen. We'll wait till I get close.
Yep.
That's not how
You
this
can do
business works.
so much more than you think you can do. And I like to, what I've been doing that's been helping a lot is the listening to them make the calls, you evaluate what they say, and then you make the adjustment. And so if the coaches are willing to be taught, if they're teachable, they're willing to let you make the tweaks, you can do it. And sometimes it's just one little tweak that you have to do to the way they're presenting it or helping them get their confidence up. But there is no reason why anybody can't do this program. I mean, it's just doable.
Yep, absolutely. It's partnering with your mentor coach and deciding that that's what you want to do, because your mentor coach has already done this before. And so they can lead you to the success that they found and what works. So I love it. Great. Awesome. Congratulations, Ticey Shake and Jess Knight for Executive Director this month. Next month, you guys, I am so excited for next month. I see so much momentum being built last month being built for even next month. Sometimes it takes a couple months when you decide you want to go executive director or decide on a big goal. It takes a couple months to get there, but it's creating that momentum towards that goal, which is so fun. So anyway, okay, enough about rank ups. Let's talk about Go Global. I want to hear from all of you that went. I've talked enough, so I'm going to throw it over to Sarah. Hold on, you're on mute. Let me get you. Okay, you're good.
Okay, so I had a really good breakthrough at Go Global. What I had been hearing during my past 2 years as a coach was be duplicatable. And to me, I was hearing teach people to do what you do. Like we all just want to be this thing that everyone else wants to do. But what I got at Go Global was, hey, look, we have a duplicatable system and our coaches are not duplicatable. We don't want to be duplicatable. Someone who signs up with me doesn't want to be me. They want to do what they want to do. So yes, we have a duplicatable system, but we as coaches are not duplicatable. And it really freed me to feel like I didn't have to try to help my coaches do what I did, or I didn't have to try to do what maybe my mentors are doing. I can work by myself and be my own coach, but I have a duplicatable system to help me reach whatever those goals are. So that was kind of a big shift for me.
Huge. Thank you for sharing that. It's times like that. Like I feel like I had so many of those breakthrough moments throughout Go Global, and it was like actual practical advice. And sometimes it would just be like something intangible. Like it wasn't even anything anybody said, but it was just like it clicks. And those, like, I feel like when I've come back from Go Global, does anybody that went feel like they have the Go Global glow? It's like you are fearless. I've done my best work after event. So it's just so fun to feel that fire in you. And I haven't been able to experience that any other way than going to events. So thank you, Sarah, for sharing that. Let's move over to Whitney Belliston.
It's so hard to just pick one thing. And so as I've been going through my book, I've only gone through like 4 pages from Go Global, the first 4 pages of my filled notebook. And the things that are sticking out for me right now is the analogy of the flea. and how so many of our concepts are that flea, you know. And once we realize, oh, we can jump out and we can be what we want, we can be who we want, we can work how we want, it's so freeing. And so also Dr. Ken said, do it in a big way. And then Dr. Anderson, I think Dan Bell too, said, dream bigger. And so that was kind of my takeaway is I can do this business, and I need to stop being that flea bump in my head and just go for it. Just dream big and just, you know, enjoy the journey as I get there. And it was funny, as your faces have all popped up, my husband just said, you know, it's kind of interesting that you actually travel the country with these people. And, you know, because we were saying, oh, yeah, we'll see you in Vegas and we'll see you. And it's so true. How great to be embraced with all of you with a common goal, a good, you know, common goal to stay in the positive and be able to associate with such high caliber people. And I think that's something that I took from Go Global too, is just how grateful I am to be able to be a part of this great company. And that makes you invincible. It's like, gosh, who wouldn't I share this with? I want people to have this as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's true. The caliber of people, when you go to these events, it's not just, you think, oh, it might be just a fluke, it's just on our team. It's company-wide, the most incredible people you've ever met in your life. So I love that. And it's like, I want to share this with my best friends, because I do more stuff with you coaches than I do like with some of my other friends. I'm like, you got to come coach with us. It's just so fun. I get to see you guys all the time, and so fun. Awesome. Thanks, Whitney. Okay, Jill, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Okay, so what people, am I unmuted? Okay, so what people don't realize about me usually is how absolutely paralyzed I am by not doing things right. And so there was a lot there for me. There was a lot about, you know, action conquers fear. And I did actually make a phone call today, Wendy, which is big for me. Like, some people have agoraphobia. I have like phonophobia. And so, so I'm still like putting tabs in my notes by topics, but one of the things I really took a lot out of was they really broke the classes down by the concept aim to stay. And stay really was helpful to me because I'm a process person, which is strategies, tactics, actions, and you can make all the lists you want, but if you don't do the stuff, it's not going to make a difference. And so really working with as Kelly Rice says, structural dynamics is far more positive than structural tension, but structural dynamics and really breaking it down. And if you don't put a date by it, if you don't give yourself some accountability, that's what makes the difference. And we're back to action conquers fear, and the A in stay is all about being in action and taking the joy and be able to cross that, you know, check that action step off. That, and the other one was it came up a couple of times, making sure that you close the loop and you're going full circle, which is something that we've, as a larger team, have talked about a lot this year. Like, don't just collect the yes and drop them on your connections newsletter. Make sure you go back and close the circle. So
perfect.
Those are my big ones.
Thank you, Jill, so much. So many good things. I hope you guys, when we get back, we need to put these all on the Facebook group so that everyone knows to watch this. Okay, Rochelle, throwing it over to you.
Oh, I'm unmuted. Okay, good deal. Hey, so one of my big takeaways is we attract what we are. So we need to self-evaluate, and then we need to ask someone to tell us the truth, which I haven't asked you the truth yet, Chantel, because I'm kind of still afraid of it. But it's on my to-do list, trust me.
You think I'm so mean, huh?
No, I just am afraid to hear it. And then another thing that really made a big breakthrough in my brain was get rid of your hidden agenda. Like, oftentimes, like, I want to talk to this person, and so we get that, and J.C. Dornick said, you know, the do with, you know, from Jaws, because we get somebody in our sights and we want to just have this agenda and we're going to talk to them about Take Shape for Life. He's like, get rid of that agenda. He's like, go and make a connection with people and just love them for who they are, and it will come up. And he tells his new coaches that are like, well, I don't know if I have anybody interested. I don't know how you bring it up in a conversation. I'm so concerned about it. And he said, I have them go meet 10 people and not talk about what they do. Like, that is their rule. They cannot talk about what they do. And they always come back to me and they always say, I wanted to tell them that I was a coach for Take Shape for Life. Because every time they were like, so what do you do? It's just something that comes up easily. And so that was kind of a breakthrough in my mind. And then one more thing is he has said, everybody wants to be understood. Listen and let them know that you're listening.
Perfect.
So
Thank you for those.
are
Awesome.
big ones.
Okay, we got Heidi.
All right, so I'm like Jill. I still am looking through all my notes and trying to collect my thoughts about things. But one of the things that I thought about is the voice inside your head is a liar, that I wrote down and like starred and circled, because I feel like a lot with me when it comes to, you know, collecting yeses and stuff, I just have this voice that's the monkey mind that Kim always says. And so that's something that really I thought, you know, that's something I really need to remember. It's my own insecurities and it has nothing to do with them. And then let's see, sorry, I wrote down just a couple that I really loved. So make a fundamental choice to do it. Don't just try trying. So like, you know, just make a goal for yourself and don't just say, oh, that's something I'm going to do. Really, really do it. Don't just try and say, oh, we'll work on that. That's something that I think, like with my mentality, I tend to say, oh, I'll try to do that and I'll try to talk to some people about coaching, but it's like until you actually do it, it's not going to happen. You can try and try and try, but unless you actually do it, it won't happen. So, and then another quote that I really liked, sorry, I know we're like over time. Act your way into feeling instead of feel your way into action. Figure out what I need to do to get where I want to be. And so I love that. I love that quote. I think it's so true. Like if you're really taking those action steps every day, you're going to get to where you want to be. And so there was so many really good topics that people already talked about. So I won't talk about those, but it was awesome. Like seriously, I'm like so excited for National Convention. Like just the fire I feel right now. I have been so brave and like the monkey brain is gone. I'm not even scared anymore. I'm like, I don't even care. I'm telling everybody, like it is like crazy. And I didn't understand you come back and you're like on fire. I feel it. And it's like the most coolest feeling. So yeah, anyways, it was awesome.
Totally know what you mean. That's awesome. Good. Okay, throw it over to Shauna.
Hi. I guess if we're low on time, I have one takeaway, and at the risk of being duplicated against the same takeaway I talked about in our little meeting, and that is $199 to change your life. And this program really has the capability of changing our lives, our healthy bodies, healthy minds, healthy finances. And I can't think of anything greater than being an instrument to bring this offering to other people.
Beautiful. $199 to change your life. I wrote that one down too. Okay, we'll do Amanda and then Adrian and then Whitney. Oh, Whitney, you need to go? Do you want to go first? Okay, we'll have Whitney, yeah. Amanda, then Adrian.
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so the biggest thing that I took away from that is just action, just do stuff. So for example, between classes, the end of the night before we're heading for dinner, I called a friend from Hawaii, and when I called her, it just rang, and I thought, oh wait, she's got a new number. So I called her new number, left a message there. Well, the original number that I called and said, hey, somebody just called me from this phone. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I was trying to get a hold of my friend. And I said, it's the wrong number. And he goes, oh, sorry, I just moved to the islands. I was hoping you were somebody calling to offer me a job. And I said, well, I can offer you a job. And talk to him about the coaching, and maybe it's something that he wants to explore, and set up a time to talk to him. I just talked to him last night, and he is probably going to end up being a coach. And before this, I would not have had the guts, to just open my mouth. And, so many people said that, Take Shape for Life is so much more than just the body, just weight loss and, quiet time, that we need to literally be offering everybody the trilogy: healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances, because everybody can benefit from this. And it is, you don't have to have a weight loss story. You can help people, and, what a better life than what we're doing right now for people. So open your mouth. Don't be scared. If they tell you no, it's not, no big deal. So take action and open your mouth.
Okay, do you want me to go next, Chantel? Okay, so my biggest takeaway as I've thought about it over the last couple of weeks the last couple of days is that our offering is so much more than just weight loss. And so a lot of times we're thinking like, who can be clients, and then go from there. But since I've been home, I have been offering the coaching opportunity to so many people. And I've noticed that they're all, like, a lot of times I'll say, oh, you could become a Take Shape family. Like, if you see how this would benefit everyone in your family, they could be coaches and have so much fun. And I just kept thinking, like, with Chantel and Sarah and I especially, that this has changed our life. Like, that's who I've seen the closest up, like how much the financial aspect of it has changed our life, and the health aspect has changed our bodies so that we feel so much better. And then I have just seen so much mental and emotional growth in all three of us. Like Sarah telling about her, like, healthy mind journey when we talked in our own team on Friday night was one of the highlights of Go Global for me. Like, it's really true. It's healthy mind, healthy body, healthy finances, and nobody can touch our financial offering. I just feel like there's not a job, there's not a business, there's not any other kind of stay at home thing anywhere. I just feel like we get paid so well for what we do, and that we can give that to people and tell that to people. And then also I just felt like I got trained to really feel confident in saying, if you want to do it, let's do it. If you want to come along, I know how to teach you to do it. And so I feel like for me as a mentor, this was huge. Like, going to Go Global and coming away feeling positive about my skills to help someone was amazing. So go to convention and learn to be a better coach, and go to Go Global and learn to be a better mentor, or both, whatever you want to take away from it.
I love that. Am I up next?
Yep.
Okay. Everything everybody said was pretty much some of my favorites too, but especially what Amanda was saying was just finally kind of getting that huge picture of what this company has to offer, that it's so much more than just any kind of a weight loss thing or coaching. Like, I've always, I think, had that vision, but being able to see that it is really huge, and that I really want my friends and my family to be joining me with it just because of what it really offers. One of the things I wrote down was that people are depending on me, and depending is underlined like 5 times, because people are depending on me to be able to share this with them, and I'm being really selfish if I don't just open my mouth and talk to everybody. And so that, for some reason, has freed up some fear in me, and I'm reaching out and talking to people where I never have just in the last few days. Things that have totally terrified me before, they're still a little scary, but now I'm feeling it like an actual obligation that I really have to share it with my friends and family, and my husband, and everybody that I want to know that I care about. I want to share this with. And so that for me has been a huge thing.
Beautiful. Okay, you guys, I wish that we could go on for like ever. We have about 5 minutes left. Let's hear from Wendy and Marcy. Wendy first.
Me, Wendy?
Yes, sorry, Wendy Christensen.
I'll be quick. One of the things that I learned was that people don't dream, and it's true. I don't dream. I didn't dream before. And if you don't dream, then you can't dream of possibilities. And so that was my biggest takeaway, was allow yourself to dream. And Dr. A said, one of the things he said is, we are ordinary people who simply do what other people aren't willing to do. And that really hit me strongly. And he says, we have to make the decision to be in and become a teleologist. And the only thing that'll keep you from success is your decision. And I love that. And this kind of goes along with what everyone's talked about. If you can decide not to do it, or you can decide to do it. And when you make the decision, I think it just like opens up the whole world to you. And it influences your dreams and the possibility to dream. So that was my biggest thing, is I hadn't allowed myself to dream, or people around me. I've asked people around and trying to present more of the coaching opportunity. And when I ask them their dreams, they're like, I don't know, I haven't really dreamed. And I think that was so true. So I'm grateful for that. That's a quick takeaway.
Awesome. Do you want me to go now, Shan? Hey, Shan, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. So my biggest takeaway was just the importance of believing in yourself. Dr. Anderson, when Lori Anderson was sharing her story of the challenges that Dr. Anderson and his wife went through when he left his practice he didn't know what he was going to do, and eventually started Take Shape for Life, but that was a process that took a lot of time. And she made a comment that during that time, she said, you know what, it was hard. There were a lot of hard things that happened. She's like, but I believed in Wayne. And that really hit me, because I feel like within our team of coaches, we have a lot of people who believe in us, and especially our mentor coaches, that and that we need to take the opportunity to believe in ourselves, that we can do great things. And this is an amazing vehicle to help us really achieve our dreams of what we really want. I love how they already mentioned to dream big. Don't, that really anything you want, it's possible, and that you can do it. Another takeaway I had was the importance of the structural tension chart to set your goals before the month starts. That was something technical. For me personally, I was setting my goals the 5th, 6th, 7th of the month, and I realized I loved how they said if you'll set your goals starting, the 27th, the 28th, and really fill out your structural tension chart before the month even begins, so that when the month starts, you are already ready to run and move forward. So those were the big 2 takeaways that I had.
Perfect. And I hope everybody saw on the group about the success tracker. That's really what I'm focusing on with my the people I'm mentoring. That's what we're working on. And this is the perfect day to do it. Yeah, ideally we could have done a couple days ago, but it's not too late. Do it today, the 1st of the month. Who's in for an awesome May? I am so excited, you guys. Major things are in the works. Let's get out and work. Fill out that success tracker. Get a hold of your mentor. And let's do it. I cannot wait to hear from so many more of you next month on the Wake Up Call. So let's get to work. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.